Oh my god, we have helicopter tanks. Hello my friends, Slicker here, and welcome back to another Hearts of Iron 4 video. You all knew exactly that this was going to be coming because, go figure, literally every single person probably saw this design and was like, yes, that is what I will be using from now on. Operation Brainstorm has now been released, which provides a bunch of 3D models as well as updates that make some very interesting things to say the least. Now, before anyone gets too excited, we have to understand that what we're talking about here are 3D models, not necessarily major changes to the game themselves, not releases of brand new special vehicles and special projects per se. But really, when has aesthetic changes not been a very welcome thing? Of course, the vehicle that absolutely captured the hearts and minds of just about every single person who clicked on that link was undoubtedly the Grasshopper, the helicopter tank that was proposed as a theoretical design by Australia. Yes, I'm serious, it was Australia. As it says here, the Grasshopper was a tank designed to combine the newly developed helicopter designs with the power of a tank. However, this design was swiftly dropped due to a multitude of design issues. I genuinely do not know what you're talking about. My boy has done no wrong. He is absolutely perfect. How perfect, you may wonder? Well, allow me to demonstrate. Australia, 1936. Just as depressed as the average Australian today. Yes, my friends, it has been a long time since we actually did a Commonwealth nation, and, you know, why not just explore the fantastic nation of Australia, which surely in, 5 or 6 years has seen so many updates that... Oh, no, never mind. Never mind, it has not. We really need a new Commonwealth update, I swear. Oh my lord. Now, Australia, for anyone who remembers, starts the game in a very, depressing position in the first place. You have a very low population, you have decent stability and decent war support, but you basically have no real industry or anything to utilize. Yeah, you have a somewhat decent industrial base here, and you do have 4 military factories, which is nice, especially in comparison to nations like New Zealand. Don't look at me that way. Bro, your last name is Savage? That is actually nice, I like that. Either way, we are here to show off the absolute glorious beast that is the Grasshopper, which means we are going to need something that Australia has not yet figured out. Tanks. Also flight, which I have to say is pretty important to understand if you're going to develop a literal flying tank. But with 2 research slots to start the game, we are absolutely screwed, I will say here right now. Slap our units into an army, start them training, and let's hopefully get a little bit of military experience while we look at our amazing focus tree. I love it. Yeah, the fact of the matter is, Australia can't even get better research until the world also lights itself on fire because 2 of its research slots are quite literally locked behind a 20% world tension gate, which is, oh my god, that is absolutely horrendous. Why would this thing even exist in the first place, I swear? You can't even get some real industry going because the first 3 focuses that you get for your industrial focus tree, 210 days, is 100% research for industry. You get a bonus for railway construction, and then, you get some infrastructure and a railway. 210 days. Not a single civilian factory. I hate my life. Well, might as well make the best of it and start assisting the corporations. The only real bonus we can say that Australia gets from the very beginning is you're struggling to do any of these things is that at the very least you start with a decent amount of war support so that, yeah, you can go partial mobilization fast. That is it. That is basically the only real bonus that you possibly get. Oh my god, I just realized it's not even just research. I can't even get rid of the Great Depression until the world is on fire. I swear to god. Oh my god, I can't get Allied Works. It requires Civil Construction Corps, which I cannot get because I haven't done anything to establish an advisory war council. Are you freaking kidding me? Fine, just sell my soul to the military-industrial complex then. And with that all out of the way, I guess we just support the policy of appeasement. Because if there's anything that the Australians we know love to do, it's listen to figures of authority. Take that however you will. The cost of the last war still weigh heavily upon the national memory. If making territorial concessions half a world away can keep Australia out of war, we should certainly consider these concessions. Yes, because that will give me a 3% research bonus, which I desperately need. After that, we strengthen ties with the UK, which at this point pretty much does nothing except a coronation visit. Our loyalties lie with the mother country. We will go where she follows and commit to fighting her enemies. God save the king. Yup, that's how I feel. John Curtin has traveled to Britain to take part in the coronation ceremony for King George VI and Queen Elizabeth. Following several weeks of lunches, dinners, and garden parties, receptions, and more dinners, he's finally succeeded in securing a private audience with the new king. And he gets, either 5,000 manpower and more war support, morale, to ask the king to publicly support the government. I guess the most important thing, honestly, is just more manpower because we genuinely do not have much. Like, it is actually that bad. We don't get anything. We embrace the Westminster system that we have inherited from the United Kingdom? Sure, which gets me... stuff. Public demand... Okay, you know what? Australians, listen, if you are ready to fight, I'm all for it. Just please don't throw the crocodiles at me here. I would greatly appreciate that. Oh, hey, look, 19% world tension. Can I do anything? No, I cannot. I love this. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank God for these research bonuses here that I can at least get something, because I 1938 basically, and I still have 2 research slots. Australia never change. Literally, no, they won't be able to change because they can't research anything, of course. Okay, alright, finally, Anschluss of Austria, that means we have tension. Now we can actually start to do things here. Quick, get things going, establish the Advisory War Council. Australia's politicians must put aside ideological and partisan disagreements and come together to consult and advise on the conduct of the war. Awesome, which gets me some political power that I, at this point, do not actually need. Thank you. The middle of 1938, I can finally do my first thing that actually affects depression. Fantastic, you know, the Australians could have discovered drinking a hell of a lot earlier. Finally, it's gonna be 1939. 1939, and I finally get a 3rd research slot. Fun. There goes the fate of Czechoslovakia, 1939, and I'm still barely doing anything as it is. And of course, since war is now literally about to break out at this exact moment, it is the perfect time to launch an experimental vehicle with the Grasshopper, which, no, that doesn't look right here. Yeah, that's more what I'm talking about. Yeah, for a grand total of 15 IC, that is extremely inefficient for what I am trying to do here. Do I care though? Absolutely not. And hey, war breaks out. How lovely. I'm still literally going to be doing nothing. You know, it would be a lot easier to produce things by 1940 if I'd had any actual research to be able to make the stuff for airplanes, which apparently I get bonuses in, but I can't actually do anything. You know, that just a reasonable observation, I think. Yeah, that didn't really go well as expected, and of course the Australians are- oh my god. Well, this was not anticipated. Quick, start developing rapid technology for paratroopers. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Yes, with the development of unconventional warfare, which essentially means just throwing crocodiles at people, we are going to be pretty set because we have very special units. Or at least we're going to, eventually, once we actually get all this taken care of. Because now I, at this point, am fully kitted out. Yeah, best of the best. Yeah, we want all the 4 special things we can possibly get. Alright, that means I have a decent amount of forces. Well, even if it's not exactly what I want, I have to do eventually something here, I guess. Because for whatever reason, the British are not able to hold Egypt. Oh dear God. Can I actually, oh my God, I actually can break through here. Ooh, we got some pretty good divisions in here. Come on, just try and see if we can cut off the Italians here. Do not let them escape. If we can just break on through here, take the port. And that's basically the entire Italian East Army in Africa, just completely surrounded and destroyed. Oh, yes, paratroopers fighting as paratroopers do best by literally climbing over the mountains. Yep, very quickly, that is all going to change. Excellent. Just drive them all out, wipe all of them, and our industry is actually way more powerful here. Like, Australia starts in this game that is just so weak, it seems, in the beginning, but you actually get some really impressive bonuses here as time goes on, I'm realizing. Come on, push through, push through, push through. We just need to take Tobruk. There we go. With the seizure of the port, that means we can get access to the airbase, and with the airbase, we can airdrop directly onto Benghazi, like, immediately. Well, that honestly took longer than I probably should have, but you know what? It is perfectly fine. Oh dear God, Athens is about to fall here. That's lovely. Oh shoot, and wait, there goes Japan declaring war on the Philippines. Yeah, I'm a little bit distracted here. But this could actually be a problem. This might legitimately actually be a bit of a problem. All right, quick, go and establish air superiority over Greece, go to our troops, and let's just start planning for some fun now, shall we? There's only one option left. We're going to need to send the tanks further into the sky. Is it reliable? No, it is absolutely not, but it is beautiful, and that is all that matters, my friends. There we go, drop in the fleet, let's go. Yes, we took Athens. Quick, 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 send them around. Just like that, the Australians are turning the tide. We got this, we absolutely got this. Just look, oh, we just keep on stacking medals. Yes, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Oh dear God, they are just throwing themselves at me. Okay, this could actually theoretically be a little bit of an issue. My God, am I single-handedly responsible for bleeding out the entirety of the Axis over here in Greece? Oh, Britain. Yes, Britain, please invade around. Okay, now it might actually be a little bit of a problem. We are starting to run out of people here, and that is a slight issue for me. Oh my god, but the Japanese are coming. Okay. They have not taken the Philippines, but we can hold. If only I wasn't stuck dealing with Greece. I have killed a lot of these guys, though. I like 248,000 on my part. Well, I've only lost 33,000. That seems very impressive on my end. I will tell you that much. Yeah, I feel like at this point I'm literally just farming for experience, because that's that's what's happening here with all my troops getting all these bonuses. Oh dear god. Okay, by summer, things seem to have finally settled down here, mostly along the border. How many kills have we racked up at this point by just literally sitting here? Almost 500,000. Yeah, that's a pretty good trade here, I would say. Oh my god, how the Germans seized what? What? I have never seen the Germans actually really succeed that well in taking all the way out to Baku. What? Oh dear god, the Australians have to go and save the day, I guess. Quick, push. Come on. Go in. There we go. Push on through. Come on. There we go. All right, now we have a whole division group cut off. And that's a whole bunch of Italian divisions just caught and killed. Beautiful. Now that all being said, it's time for paratroopers to do what paratroopers do best. Ruin everyone's day around them. Fall of Rome. Ooh, that's the fall of Rome. All right, 1942, we are making some progress. The Italians have been completely destroyed. They will not be able to support anything anymore. Oh my god, I just realized I'm basically the only forces in this entire thing. Okay, that could actually be a little bit of a problem. Yep. Okay, come on. No, please, no, not fall of Moscow. How? Soviet Union, what are you doing? I have never seen Germany perform this strongly when Italy is getting beat out this badly. Come on, grasshoppers, do something. Please, anything. Oh my god. Oh, and I didn't realize I was completely surrounded over here by Japan. Well, that is something. I probably should have waited and actually focused on Japan here more than I guess. Well, but okay. Oh my god, that is a massive force down here in the south. Okay, that could be a little bit of a problem. Am I sacrificing all of my allies to the north? Yes. Do I care? No, not particularly. Not really much importance to me. More important that we wipe out all the Italians in the south. Again. There we go, another group wiped. Go ahead and kill off all those. And there goes Mussolini, which means that theoretically we should be good. Please, for the love of God, hurry it up. And I'm stuck right back in the same situation that I was in the first place, with the enemy just throwing themselves at me. That is amazing. I love it. Come on, hold them, stall them. There we go. And wipe out a whole bunch more divisions here in Greece. Again. Alright, here we go. Quickly, launch again. There's another paratroop being taken. Oh, we have made a break for it. Come on, just push on through. Push on through. We are clear in the Balkans. Quick, rush Bulgaria. Rush while we have the chance. Keep on pushing forward. There may not be another Gallipoli, but there sure as hell is going to be a Sofia, my friends. We have got this. There we go. Move our way through. Oh my god, the Balkans. This is just a slog. It is a continuous slog of just trying to take out piece by piece. Oh my god, how are we being driven? I have killed off the entirety of Bulgaria. I already wiped them out. How are you bringing them back? Yeah, we're not making a difference here. They keep on taking it back again and again. I can't do much with 6 divisions of paratroopers, apparently. What I can do, though, is completely jump behind enemy lines over here in Aleppo, and then from there just kind of rip everything apart. Which, in turn, allows me to completely bypass all of you. And that's the Middle East, once again, pacified. Oh dear god. Why? Why have you lost here? Again? Germany isn't even defending Germany. They're just too busy retaking the Balkans for some reason. Still, at least here now we can completely redeploy and then take out Romania, because that's... Alright, Bulgaria collapses again. There's the liberation of Paris. Okay, that one is done, but I am still, for whatever reason, as Australian paratroopers fighting here in the Balkans. Okay, screw it, we're abandoning ship. I can't do this anymore from this side. I can't keep on fighting in the Balkans. This is actually driving me insane. My paratroopers should not have to deal with this crap. Nope, instead we just need to go ahead and launch ourselves in here, take the capital, and see if we can potentially do anything from here. I don't even know anymore. Okay, there's the entirety of the Vichy forces split, and now please just go in and try and wipe out as many of these as you can, because this is freaking insane at this point. There we go. Methodically just move in, piece by piece, and wipe them all out. Yeah, to describe all this as chaotic would be a severe understatement. And let's get down here once again and prepare to launch yet another invasion. I swear, it's like my paratroopers are on every single field of the battle. They are the only ones who seem to be doing anything. Wait, I'd say the fall of Tokyo. Hold up. Is Operation Downfall occurring in December of 1940 frickin' 3? Oh my lord! While Japan had taken over the entirety of Indonesia. Okay, well that is something. Meanwhile, my elites are just battling it out here in Europe. There we go. Just keep on pushing through. That's all I need to really do at this point. Yeah, once you've built up enough adaptability bonuses in here, there really isn't anything that is capable of stopping me, it seems. Oh, and there goes Japan. Okay, yeah, well, I can't demand anything from them, so I guess that doesn't really matter here for me. And I better be right. Am I racking up points? I should be ranking up points for all this. I've contributed 10% to the war, my friends. 10% out of all of this. Yeah, and I'm about to rack up even more points. Oh god, how many was that we just deleted? Germany has lost over 11 million men. I am responsible for 950,000 of that. Yeah, this war is over. That went way worse and yet simultaneously so much better than anything that I possibly could have imagined. Because now, what we've blitzed through Berlin, we can just charge our way over to Hamburg, and that should be the end of the war right there. And with that, now finally we have the fall of Germany. What does Australia gain from its spoils? From its just insane paratroopers that are able to dominate the war, and holy shit, we won by like the very beginning of 1944 that way? Well, Australia is basically like Detroit, so you know, we might as well just get the Detroit of Europe here. That seems reasonable on our end. Australia is made up of thieves after all, that's the founding of the nation, so we kind of just stole the Detroit of Europe. Beautiful. I think that is, yeah, I gotta say, though this update added in some really cool models, it didn't really do anything to change anything for the game, but it did give me very innovative ideas of how exactly something should be done, and I did not realize just how incredibly good Australia kind of has it in position to develop things like paratroopers. Yes, it didn't have anything in the end that I could get a military high command for like getting a commando specialist, though I technically could have if I continued to do more things for like paradrops and other stuff. I could have done that. I just didn't end up actually doing it here in this case. That would have supercharged our abilities even more, which would have been awesome, but I gotta say, that was still incredible. That was a lot of fun. A slog, but that was actually way more fun than I ever expected out of an Australia game. Thank you, my friends, very much for watching. I appreciate all of you for joining me into here today. Let me know if you have any ideas of what it is we do next, and maybe we should explore some other alternate history videos that could have, you know, what if these different nations had actually created these different tech creations? I don't know. It would be a fascinating thing to see. I will see you all here next time. Goodbye, my friends.